So I recently bought a massive job lot of retro games consoles from eBay, and this is one of the things that came in it. It's a retro game console. I think it's by an Anbernic. So this is the box. It says retro games, 16 gigabytes, 3001. So I think it's one of those game consoles from China that comes preloaded with a bunch of retro game ROMs. I don't know if it is an Anbernic one. I don't know if I trust this sticker, but that's what it says. And it says 64-bit OS supports arcade games, GBA, SNES, Sega, NES, ultra large capacity. Supports TF cards, that's micro SD cards, I think. HD via EDO, great, and music playing. So yeah, so this is a cool console. It looks really snazzy actually. It looks a lot to me like a Nintendo DS, just without the top screen. So really cool. The only problem with it is doesn't turn on. You press the power button and eventually it'll come on and it will flash up and it'll say there's no battery, and then it'll go back off. So I've tried charging this before well, it didn't work. I'll show you what happens in a minute. But yeah, this is a really cool console. It looks awesome. I'm really excited to try and get this working. It comes with this kind of GBA style card in it, and this has an SD card slot in it, and I think the idea is you can load copies of games that you legally own as ROMs onto that SD card, and you can put them in and play them on here. So yeah, it's really cool. So without too much more, I'm going to show you what happens when you try and charge this, and then you're going to see why I'm saying it's not working. I've got this power bank, and I'm going to use the charging cable that came with it. It actually came with two cables. The other one it came with is a AV out, audio video out, and it actually plugs into this port here. You can see there's an AV out port here. I hope you can read that. And you plug that in there, and then you plug these in your TV, and supposedly you can play this on the TV. So I'm really excited to try that if we get it working. There's a few other ports. There's a charging port. No, sorry, there's a I think that's like a link port for Game Boy. There's a charging port, there's a backlight button, power button. This side you got a volume button. Down here I've already showed you have the GBA port, and you got a headphone port and a reset button, and I think that's all of the buttons on this console. But yeah, it's really cool. Oh, got shoulder buttons. Yeah, it's really cool. So so I'll show you what happens when you try and charge this. So this is a charging cable. So I'm not sure what sort of USB this is. It's some sort of USB. So that goes in there, and I'm going to plug this in here. And so see, we've got a charging light, and if we now press the power button, you get a green light, and then the screen comes up like this, and if you wait a few minutes, nothing happens. So so I've tried this before. I left it on charge for 5-10 minutes, half an hour, and it just stayed on the screen. Pressing the power button again after it's been charging for a while does nothing. The backlight button does nothing. There is the reset button on the bottom, so if we try hitting that, which you're going to need like a little I don't know what it's called, like this is a sim eject tool. It's from the screwdriver, the iFixit screwdriver. So just press that reset button. See, the screen goes off, it'll restart. And you just end up back at this same screen. And it never progresses from this point. So I tried searching Google for this console and I didn't have much luck. I went on the Anbernic website, which is what this box claims it is. And I'm not so sure that it is actually one of these because, you know, looking on their website, it seems like I couldn't find anything that exactly matched what this was. So it could potentially be an old one that's no longer on the website. So I just did a Google Lens search for this, and I was able to find out that it is actually an Anbernic, I think that's how you say it, RS-97 Retro Game Console. What I was also able to find was a video of someone doing a reinstallation of the custom firmware that this runs. So I think that might be what I'm going to try. So I give it a try, and I'm going to show you how that I do that. So this is the video that I found. I'll link it in the description. If you go into the description of that video, I'll also link it in the description of this video. There is a link to the custom firmware image for the RS-97, which is what this is. You just need to go to GitHub, open the repo, and you should be able to download the software from there. So yeah, so in the video that I linked, the guy took this console apart, and on the motherboard he saw the software version he needed to download. So I'm going to do that now. So let's unplug it, and then let's take this apart quickly. There's not that many screws, but it looks like I'm going to take that out. And then first thing I'll do, since I can't actually turn it off, at least I don't think I can turn it off. Holding the battery button does nothing. Sorry, holding the power button does nothing. Right, so I'm going to take this part now, and I'm going to first take the battery out before I do anything else. That way we won't damage any of the components inside, hopefully. I don't think this is an actual battery cover. I think it's just part of the case, and it's started to look like a battery cover. So I think there might be another screw underneath the battery. The only problem I've got is that the battery cover doesn't want to come off. If this is indeed a battery cover. I guess let's see what we can do about that. Right, I'm having a lot of trouble getting the battery cover off. I can't get it off even with this, so I'm going to try a craft knife. Don't try this at home. It's quite dangerous. Don't want to accidentally stab the battery. But there we go. There we go. Okay, that worked. Don't know why that didn't want to come off. But it's off now. So if I'm right, the final screw should be, yeah, the final screw's over here. Okay, cool. Right, so this is the console. Wow, there's not a lot in here, is there? Got battery connector, some buttons, we got... I can't see a main chip on this, unless it's on the other side of the board underneath the screen, which I suppose it could be. But yeah, it's very empty. So this is the SD card, I think. Yeah. So if we take this out we come. And yeah, so it's a 16GB SD card. So this will be the internal memory where they store the like the operating system, I guess, or whatever it's called, like the image that runs this console, and I guess all of the internal games that come preloaded with it, or that are supposed to come preloaded with it, because it's supposed to come with 3,000 games on it. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's whack this in the computer and reinstall the software on it, and let's see if that works. So yeah, so you can just follow the instructions from the website. I'll put a link in the description below, and that will tell you how to download the retro firmware for this, and also how to install it. Alright, that took quite a while. I think it's done now. Just gonna like charger, because it's charging. So yeah, so this seemed to work. Cool. No games or any emulators or anything on here now, so I think I'm going to add some of those. Then we'll come back and test it out. Alright, so I've loaded a few games onto it now, and I've installed a couple of emulators as well. So we've got Game Boy, SNES, DOS. Not sure what this one was. Maybe Famicom. Original Game Boy, I think, and PlayStation. Not all of these have got games on, but some of them might. Again, that's the same sort of thing we just had. There's more systems, and then this is some games that are that are like ported over for this. So yeah, so let's have a go on. Let's try Super Mario World. I don't think I've ever played this, to be honest. I have no idea how this works. There we go, start. I think I got killed. Oh, am I meant to fight then? Surely not. Whoa. Someone tell me what I'm meant to do. This sucks. Okay, got him. Did he lose life? Possibly. Damn it. Oh, I think that killed me. I thought that was a power-up. This is not going well. Oh, come on. And that last. What else do we have? So we got Doom, we got Sonic. We even got XCOM. I don't know if that'll work, but that looks pretty cool. Should we try some Doom? I don't know how this works. Maybe that doesn't work. Let's try Sonic. That one works. So yeah, I don't really know how this works or how it's meant to work. Just tried installing some of the games that were on the website. So that will be one of the links that I put in the description. You can get all these games from. There wasn't any ROMs there, so I think if you want your ROMs, you're going to have to get them from other definitely legal sources. That'd be Tails. I always used to play as Tails when I played Sonic on the PC. Not that I played it that much. Whoa! Did I just die? That didn't last very long. Okay, let's try again. Oh, this is quite cool actually. And okay, didn't die that time. Oh, what? I can fly? Oh, nice. I forgot Tails can fly. It's been so long since I played a Sonic game. What am I supposed to do? Can go up here, nice. So I wonder what the goal is. That'll be important. Was that the one I hit before? Who knows? But yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm excited to try out a PlayStation game on this. I don't have any loaded on here at the moment, but yeah, that's gonna be fun. Ooh. Okay, cool. There we go. So yeah, anyway, it works now. So that's cool. So I'll put a link in the description to where I downloaded these games and also where I downloaded the emulators from for this, and all the custom firmware as well. So if you have one of these, you'll just be able to follow the instructions there to install all that. Yeah, this is a really nifty console. Actually really happy that I got this, and I'm really excited to try it out. I can't wait to play some games on it myself. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, do remember to like, comment and subscribe, and please let me know if you've got one of these and what your favourite game for it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a really cool console, and I can't wait to try it out. I'm really glad I got it. It was actually a freebie in the bundle. It wasn't listed. The guy just threw it in for free, so I'm really glad he did that. Yeah. I don't know what this is on the screen. I think it's just a bit of random tape that's on the screen. I think I'm going to need to take off the front cover to get it off though, because it's kind of under the plastic. So I'm just going to leave it for now, and I'll probably do that at some other point. But yeah, I'm really excited to go play on this, so I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.